And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors. Welcome back to the Gem of the Crypto, episode 1169. Today is Wednesday, November 15, 2023. And I'm King, here to bridge the gap between community and crypto. Most days, Monday through Friday at 10ish. Today's top stories: Kazakhstan officially launches digital tinge. Dairy Queen opens NFT pop-up store in China. Disney launches NFT platform with Dapper Labs. And breaking into Liberland, dodging guards with inner tubes, decoys, and diplomats. But first and foremost, of course, let's go ahead and take a quick look at today's prices, see what's going on in the market as it stands. Oh man, Bitcoin is coming in at $36,218, down 0.96%. Ethereum at $2,014, down 1.58%. You got BNB at number 4 at $251.72, up 2.19%. Solana at number 6 at $62, up 9.23%. And on the 7 days, up 46%. Wow. Number 9, Dogecoin at 7 cent, down 1.1%. And number 10, Tron at 10 cent, down 1.7%. Recently added tokens, you can see here are Flash 3.0, Nutcoin, and Mumu the Bull. And trending tokens of Celestia, Solana, and Bayat to buy. Fear and Greed Index has went down a couple to 71. Bitcoin dominance is at a 50.7. Ethereum dominance has actually rose a little bit to 17.4% as well. Those are your prices on the day. All right, really quick shout outs. Let me go ahead and get this stream going up, this chat. What's going on? Just call me L. Memories of Mike, Patrick Walter, Lord Smith, Zyro, Mr. Gamble, Ray Mata, James, Cigar Indian, and Raj Shu. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the show. Was a slow news cycle over the last couple of days, unfortunately. Outside of like specific altcoins doing their thing and pumping and upgrades and downgrades and whatever else is in the mix, for the most part, the stories have been kind of slow again. I think everybody just kind of wait to see what's going to happen with this entire ETF debacle, as well as regulation in general, before we start getting more forward moving stories. I'm telling you now, behind the scenes, a lot of companies, projects, and everything are developing, their values increasing. But again, a lot of them don't want to announce it for two reasons. One, because we haven't really hit a strong bull cycle yet where it's just outright insane. So a lot of them want to wait to announce things when that's happening. That way they can capitalize on that capital. And then the second thing is a lot of them still don't know what's happening to regulators, right? They have upgrades, they have DeFi applications, they have all these things going on, but they just don't want to announce it to the general public in fear the government might come around and be, oh, you got another mixer? You didn't hear what we've been doing in the Tornado Cash? Like, this is illegal or whatever. At least we're saying it's partially illegal. So things to take into account and consider. All right, top story of the day. We're going to head over to Kazakhstan. I won't lie, the most I know about Kazakhstan came from came from the cartoon. What's that spy cartoon TV show? Is it Archer? I think it's Archer. It's Archer. I want to say Archer. We used to watch it in the military. Yeah, there it is. It's Archer. That's the only thing I know about Kazakhstan. It's from old Archer episodes. All right. But the chairman of the National Payment Corporation has made the first transaction with the central bank digital currency. That's right. In the title today, I essentially put, hey, CBDCs go live. This isn't the only country. A lot of countries are starting to fully, not even test, but make their CBDCs operational on a small scale to begin its pilot launches. And this is happening now in Kazakhstan. The chairman of Kazakhstan's National Payment Corporation, NPC, you can't make this up, the NPC Biner Zailinov has made the first transaction with the country's new central bank digital currency, the CBDC, the digital tinge. During his speech at the Z Congress of Finance in Almaty on November 15th, he paid with a debit card tied to the CBDC account, according to local outlet capital.kz. I'm like happy he did it this way because it is showing people like this is just with a CBDC, but essentially you can already. I think BitPay has it. A few other cards, Fold card, but you can. Well, Fold I guess pays you back in the stats, whatever. But you can already pay with your crypto accounts with like a limited number of cards. There are a few cards and test trials. Some have open and closed, whatever. But this is already possible, and this is what I mean by like I think the front-facing technology will look for everyone, right? It's like you have a crypto account, you have a crypto portfolio, you have your Bitcoin, and all that, and using your debit or credit card to pay for it, and it's just taking out your sats, it's just taking out your crypto, whatever, like that. Like that's entirely possible, and we're already seeing it used now with CBDCs being on the back end versus a crypto, one of these other crypto projects or Bitcoin itself. So we know this is possible. I think this is a good thing because it shows the world that, hey, yes, you can tie your debit card to a CBDC or another cryptocurrency and it will work as normal. So this is a good thing. Zalanov unveiled the official launch of the digital tinge on Kazakhstan's retail market today, promising the massive platform's development in 2024. According to the official, Kazakhstan collaborated with Visa and MasterCard, as well as local banks, to integrate the CBDC into plastic cards. It lets you pay with a digital tinge from anywhere in the world using Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, and other gadgets. Again, I don't see it being on the card long term being something sustainable. Short term, of course, because we already have those POS systems. But long term, we do want to get to the point where you're either using a phone or some type of digital wallet, not necessarily a card or whatever. I think it'll be a phone. We all can agree on that. These things are becoming saturated across the planet, right? So I think everyone will have a phone type of digital wallet, but regardless, it doesn't have to be a card. The fact that it can be programmed to anything is cool. But regardless, the story itself is that Kazakhstan is officially testing it. I'm sure in the next quarter we'll receive an update, maybe some false news coming from them telling us how great this program is working. I doubt they say, hey, this thing is slow, or people are uneducated and they don't know what to do with this or whatever. I'm assuming it'll just be great news because CBDCs, they only want great news stories around it. But we'll wait and see. But regardless, I mean, I think this is the second or third official country that has launched officially their CBDC. It is happening. We have them. It's only so long before bigger countries begin to use it as well. I mean, and looking at this from when the word CBDC was first mentioned in the article, I believe it was like 2018 and 2019. When I saw like 6 or 7 of the words CBDC, I'm like, oh, why are they doing 8 buzzwords in one article or whatever, like out the blue, right? That's when we knew this thing was on the radar. So from say 2018 and 2019 to now to 2023, where like 3 or 4 countries actually have CBDCs. That's progress. Next year after that happening, the year after that, where the price goes parabolic, I can pretty much assume we'll see another 3 or 4 countries at least adopt in the next couple of years, which brings about at like 8 to 10 countries here in the next 2 years. Which would be a lot actually, just out the blue to have CBDCs. So it looks like we're heading that direction. It's happening. We will be having CBDCs. Keep fighting, but they're going to be here. Smash that like. Yes, definitely smash that like. Veritasium to the moon. Is Veritasium doing good? I haven't checked it out recently yet. I got to take a peek. All right. Other than the CBDC news, NFTs are back in the news as well. Looks like they're trying to make a strong comeback. Couple I didn't even know, like Dairy Queen opens NFT pop-up store in China. Did not know Dairy Queen was that big of a brand. You talk about international, and definitely think it was that big of a brand in China. But the pop-up non-fungible token store, co-sponsored by Weirdo Ghost Gang, I like that, will run until the end of the year. That's right. Dairy Queen is partnering with local non-fungible project Weirdo Ghost Gang, WGG, to create a pop-up NFT store in Chengdu, China. According to a press release seen by Cointelegraph, the ice and snow season themed pop-up store is scheduled to run from November 15th to December 31st and will feature a variety of co-branded merchandise such as Dairy Queen WGG themed ice cream. In addition, WGG NFT holders will receive exclusive perks as part of the joint venture. The project has a large following among users in the Asia Pacific region. One thing I will say about NFTs and the quote unquote exclusive perks, I would say like the perks of NFTs as of now, they kind of seem to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Like almost like when you download an app and get a perk. It's like really you get the one big perk as soon as you download it, and then maybe once a quarter you might get something decent. To me, that's the way these NFTs have been kind of working. It's like, all right, you get your NFT and you get the one big thing up front. That's why you got your NFT, and then it's like goes still and silent for months, if not years, some of them. So hopefully this isn't one of those. Hopefully they're way more engaged or whatever, but that is kind of what I've been seeing. And then, of course, I mean, I can kind of see most apps just switching over to NFTs. That would actually make a lot of sense. If your average app, the Wendy's app, the Dairy Queen app, the Pizza Hut, Domino's, whatever, all these apps just turn into NFTs. That way you have like a trading card of the company that you're actually buying from, and then you get your perks through the actual NFT wallet. Like that would make a little bit more sense, because then depending on what type of perks you had, especially depending on the deadline when these perks ended, let's say you had like I don't know, again, a grocery store NFT card, right? I got an NFT card for grocery store ABC, And the perks on here allow me to get 20% off milk for one whole month whenever I press enter for any month. There's no date on it, right? Or allows me to get one free loaf of bread whenever. There's no deadline on it. Like now you can start stacking those up on your NFT and say, hey, this grocery store ABC NFT is actually worth something. Why? Because I have 10 perks on here I've never used before. Since the inception of this NFT, they keep giving me these perks. I never use it. I can sell it. So to me, that actually makes more sense if you're going to make like these things NFTs. So then you can say, oh, hey, if you want to buy perks off somebody's NFT to add it to your own for whatever app, you can do it this way. I don't know. I'm spitballing here. But these are some of the ways I can kind of see it happening. Whereas right now, a lot of NFTs, like I said, I mean, you all let me know in the comments if I'm going crazy. But to me, a lot of NFTs, their initial drop is great. And then there's like no other movement or action after that. So that's my only worry about it. But regardless, this is a cool story. You got Dairy Queen. Hey, shout out to my uncle. He's on a Dairy Queen in Atlanta. I don't know if he still has it. But yeah, Dairy Queen, China, WGG. This is a pretty cool partnership. Beyond merely showcasing Dairy Queen's ongoing efforts in new media digital marketing, this collaboration also serves to offer consumers a more nuanced understanding of the NFT art IP, WGG, resulting in enhanced experiences and connections, the release states. The WGG collection features 5,555 Lil Ghosts NFTs created by Hong Kong Web3 company Mains Lab in 2021. The collection has surpassed 21,510 Ether, worth about $43.5 million in trading volume since its inception. Its current floor price is about 0.485 ETH, which is about $990. So far, it looks like they have been doing decent. This is pretty cool to see. And again, they'll be offering more perks along with this NFT if you're interested. But again, more or less the story is that NFTs are back. We got Dairy Queen and WGG. And then we have this one even bigger. I mean, woo, Disney. Disney launches NFT platform with Dapper Labs. That's right. Disney said, hey, we're not trying to be partnered. Like, we're about to see essentially the same proliferation of streaming platforms. We're going to see it happen in NFT. We already kind of saw it happening a couple of years ago. Of course, it died down. Regulation tried to come to NFTs and taxes and stuff. You kind of hear things die down. But it looks like they're coming back. And like we see with streaming apps right now, where it's like Netflix has its own app, Disney has its own app, Paramount has its own app, Showtime has its own. Everyone has their own app. And like the funny meme said, our powers combined to give you the full price of cable, right? Each app together is going to cost more than cable would. But essentially, this is kind of like on par with Disney. They don't want to share. They don't want to partner and have like competitors next door in the store with them. They want their own thing. So to me, this makes sense. The NFT platform dubbed Disney Pinnacle will go live later this year. And a couple last things I want to say about Disney real quick. I won't even get social. First, on the actual talent side, they treat talent like shit. So F Disney. I went to a Disney audition a few months ago, probably like 6 weeks ago now. Listen, they had people out there waiting for 2 hours like they didn't do nothing wrong. I only went inside the room to get kicked out. I almost really went in on this producer, director, whoever it was, but I just decided to take a deep breath and walk out. I told my agent I never want to audition for Disney again. Or this one specific casting office, because I was like, y'all got me all the way fucked up. But you think you about to waste a human's time and just act like nothing's wrong with that? Like, to me, that's just like, that's what type of attitude they have. A, and then B, I finally went to Disneyland recently. What a ripoff, Disneyland! Listen, they give you the you can buy the skip the line thing. I bought the skip the line stuff. You're only allowed to skip the line, or not. You can't even skip it essentially. Yeah, you're allowed to skip the line or do whatever the little pass allows during certain times that change throughout the day. So, hey, you want to go to this amazing roller coaster and you think you bought the skip the line pass from Disney? Well, guess what? It doesn't work, at least not now. Look at the app. It'll open up for you in 3 hours when the fireworks are going off on the other side of the park and you don't want to go to that ride. Exactly. Disney is a big fucking ripoff. And if you know the original Walt Disney, you know he was as gang as they come out here in California, okay? I can't say enough bad things about them. And let's not even get to the whole social dynamic of what they're doing when it comes to programming children. But other than that, Disney is launching an NFT platform with Dapper Labs. It's being dubbed Disney Pinnacle, and it will go live later this year. They created an NFT platform together with blockchain and metaverse firm Dapper Labs. According to November 14th announcement, Disney will tokenize its iconic cartoon characters from the past century onto this NFT marketplace dubbed Disney Pinnacle. The platform will also include icons from Pixar as well as heroes and villains from Star Wars Galaxy. I mean, everything Disney owns, right? We know the game. It won't be long before you can get I won't go there. I won't trigger you today. It won't be long before you can get that NFT. We're not going to know what kind of NFT it is. Let's just say that. The NFT platform will launch later this year on the Apple App Store for iOS, the Google Play Store for Android, and on the web. Currently, only a waitlist and a landing site exists on its official page. Disney Pinnacle is built on Layer 1 blockchain Flow, which Dapper Labs also created. Previously, Ticketmaster elected to mint NFT event tickets on the Flow blockchain as well. So they have been pulling in some big clientele. But yeah, I mean, Disney NFTs. I mean, what do you all think? I'll be real. Like, I think a Disney NFT, if the NFT market continues to do what it's been doing, if it continues to grow and get popular, then Disney NFTs would definitely be worth something, especially if you do limited run. Like, do a limited run of Mickey Mouse, of Goofy. Like, what's a couple more popular ones? You do that limited run, and like, yeah, they're gonna go. Star Wars, especially. I mean, you're talking about Star Wars NFTs, especially if no one else is allowed to do them, then like, yeah, those things would do well. So we'll be on the lookout. We see if Disney has what it takes to push the NFT market forward, and from there, the overall cryptocurrency market in general. We'll see. But I mean, this may even be a tall task for Disney because NFTs, they do. You do need to have some type of like internet digital education before you just go crazy over there, which the mainstream does not yet. So remains to be seen, but we'll see. Disney NFTs, right? Very funny. What we got in the comments really quick? Let's see. Does anyone know if Omni is still pushing their NFT stuff? I'm not sure they are. Disney gonna come out with a broke wrist NFT. Hilarious. You know what I'm talking about, Loki. They have a code for the situation. It's code H for human in line. Remember Marvel is Disney as well. Oh man, I forgot all about that. Yeah. I mean, Marvel as well. That's gonna be huge. Let's see. KW1 said, I heard people are relieving themselves in line at Disney because they don't want to lose their spot in line. I hope not. But I could see something like that happening for a couple. Like one of those rides was long as I don't know what. Yeah, Memories of Mike. And that's what I was thinking about. I couldn't put my finger on it. I said, don't forget Disney is on VV as well for what it's worth. Okay, so I wasn't sure they were still on VV. All right, so Disney VV as well. That's pretty cool. So they do have competition as well. Hyben said, my cousin said the same thing. He stays out there where you live. Disney likes to waste people's time. Oh man, listen, I rather went to Six Flags. I rather went to Knott's Berry Farms. I mean, they have smaller and less rides, but at least you can just ride them. Listen, Disney was so bad. Like, and again, the worst part was, y'all know me. Listen, if I'm gonna leave my house, I'm spending money. All right. So let's keep that an ideal. I didn't go as a regular American. I went as like an above average American who's not afraid to spend money because I don't have children with a pretty girl. All right. And I'm still walking out like, oh, that was a jip. People, it was, listen, I tried the food. The food was trash. How do you make bad? And to be fair, we knew not to get them there, but we was like, whatever. How do you make bad carne asada fries literally 2.5 hours from Mexico? Like, I don't care if you're even Disney. Like, go outside the park, give someone literally $30 for the entire day, and they'll make the entire park carne asada fries. This I can promise you. Like, what are you doing? It was just all around the experience was like blah. Like, would I go back? I actually would go back, but I would go back at like soon as it opens at 8 a.m. with a full-fledged itinerary and plan, and I went straight from it. If you don't do that, it's just not worth the money. It's not worth going. It's the biggest jip. I went on like the 31st or Halloween weekend. So like the prices, the people, it was not worth it. Shame on Disney for robbing the American public. We need to put some pressure on them for sure. Let's see. Memories of Mike said, I'm still holding my Magic Hat, which has been one of the more impressive use cases with NFTs I personally use. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right. Let's see. Yep. Crypto Burger said, just sit back. Don't look at your iPhone every 15 minutes. The flow is going to be coming back into the market for sure. Reggie Milton, shout out to Reggie Milton. He's in the house. Brother from BK versus 20 billion VC powered publicly traded company. I'm assuming they're talking about the Veritasium price. All right. There we go. Reggie said, we recently beat Coinbase in their challenge to invalidate our patent. Hey, Reggie, I'm going to give you a shout this week because I need to get all the details on that since no one's actually writing articles on that as well. All right. Last but not least, I started looking at the comments. Shanti said, bring your own food. Also, listen, I it's funny too, because my girl was telling me to bring all types of stuff. And we bring a couple snacks here, bring a little bottle of this here. I was just like, oh, what? I ain't got. I told you, I was actually like, listen, I wasn't even tripping. I was like, the prices are what they are. As long as everything is smooth, I'm not tripping. When things weren't smooth, I was like, oh, I can't believe this. Yeah, I should have brought my own stuff. I should have cheated them like they cheated me. Okay, I realize this now. I should have did it. Hopefully, I can give me a free NFT or something. Let's see. Okay, Memory said they look really good on Vivi, but it's pretty dead for capital return, in my opinion. Yeah, they got to get those. Vivi got to get up and running even more. To me, they were started off doing good, but after I met a couple of those folks that work for them at the conference, they seem to have this era of we've already won and we already own this market type of deal versus like we're just getting started and we need to grow. So that may have been their fatal flaw. I don't know. Let's see. I saw a good comment. Oh, is my Casper bags packed? LB Crypto said, yeah, I did have some Casper bags. I know it's going crazy again right now. People have been talking Casper. It's not the only one. There's a lot of interesting ones on the back end. All right. Last but not least, I'm not going to go fully into this story. You can read more about it on Coinbase, or excuse me, on Cointelegraph, magazine by Cointelegraph. But this is an article written breaking into Liberland, dodging guards with inner tubes, decoys, and diplomats. Essentially talking about how these folks went to go travel to Liberland, how it was interesting getting in and out of it because the surrounding nations weren't really being friendly. Full article looks like it's a 13-minute read, so I won't get fully into it. Just go to this top one. It's pretty interesting. Disembarking the Liberty houseboat moored off the frontier of the European Union were met by a pair of Serbian police officers. Their lit squad car nearly blinded us in the dark forest, where there being questions about how many people are on the boat, who's going where, what's going on. And this is meters away from Liberland, an unrecognized micronation of crypto fans claiming a piece of land between Croatia and Serbia on the Danube, am I saying that right? Danube River at just 7 square kilometers, 2.7 square miles. The piece of land is roughly the size of Gibraltar. Liberland President Vit Jedilica explains it had not officially been claimed by either neighboring country, making it terra nullius, nobody's land, when he planted a flag there on April 13, 2015. Though neither permanent infrastructure nor habitation has been established, the project has attracted a sizable community of libertarian-minded folk. The de facto home in exile in Liberland is Ark Liberty Village, a nearby campground on the Serbian side. So again, you're looking at a space in between Serbia and Croatia, as they're saying here. Roughly the size of Gibraltar, 2.7 square miles. Essentially, what they want to do at Liberland is make a Bitcoin-friendly, liberty-friendly piece of land and country. Again, as of now, it has not been recognized. They do have a flag. They are trying to build it up. But one thing I want to point out before I talk about the great things about this is this right here. It feels like a military operation. The presidential convoy will go this route, while a boat carrying settlers will go upstream from a nearby port in Serbia to distract border patrols. Jet skis dragging inner tubes will take yet another route with the aim of landing on Liberland's island before interception. They may arrest you, but you are not breaking any law. So the longest they can hold you without charge is 4 hours. It feels like a military operation. And that's just to actually get to Liberland. I want to highlight it feels like a military operation because just like cryptocurrencies have these levels, before to me they're like certified as like a real crypto. I always talk about it. I'm like, hey, before this is something we want to bet our future on, we need to see, can it pass the eye of regulators, right? Can it pass scaling, right? Will it be able to scale? Will it be able to get past hackers and stuff, like an attack, a real attack, a digital attack, hacking, all this stuff? Liberland, an actual country or humans in the physical form trying to do things with Bitcoin, will face the same type of pressures and attacks before they could be deemed like real and certified. And Liberland won't be any different, right? It will have to face first regulations, right? Will neighboring governments and countries say what you're doing is legal and we allow you to do it, right? So it has to face regulation at some point. It will definitely have to face scaling. Once you have a certain amount, whether it's digital residents or real residents, how do you actually scale this? That's another thing that's going to come. And third, again, is the hacks, the attacks. which they're already seeing on a mini scale. It feels like a military operation to just get inside of a place that is no place so far. What happens when that place is a real place? You have real economic development, and now neighboring countries are also starting to feel the pressure from you becoming powerful. You think they're just going to sit back and just, I guess you guys are just doing everything you dreamed of, and we're losing resources and boundaries and everything else in between, and human capital, because you are doing so great. We're going to sit back and do nothing. I keep telling you all, this is not the way it works. So many people think this would just be an economic war, and once Bitcoin wins out, we won. I am telling you that is not the way these dirty mofos play. It is gang for real. If they start losing on the economic front, if they start losing doing everything the right way, the United States, Croatia, and every other government out there is going to do what they've always done in the past, and that's to act on their best self-interest, which is usually a very violent method they're going to use. And for me to already see that people are trying to travel to a pile of dirt unoccupied that no one claims or even looks at as a real territory, and there's already military intervention from you to get there, and there's nothing even there. When it actually becomes something, if it ever becomes something, that military intervention is going to crank up exponentially, like crazy. So again, I want to point out, you're already seeing this right now. It takes a military, or they're saying it feels like a military operation to just get to the place, and is not worth anything. I'm telling you folks now, when it's worth something, it's going to be much more difficult to get there and leave, and the pressure will be there. So to me, we'll see what happens. I think it's a novel ideal. I like the idea of digital citizens and or even moving there and becoming a citizen of this place or whatever. But again, I think people forget that, hey, like the way all this started, the way power was first attained, wasn't because somebody went to a foreign land and said, hey, can I buy all these resources you have? I'm like, no, they didn't do that. They went to a foreign land and they just took the resources, and that was the end of the story. All right, that's how these books work. But that's the bad side of it. Again, the good side is that they actually are trying to get this thing up and running. It's not on firm legal ground. As I already said, there's a lot of gray area. Web3 Nation, they're talking about all the different ways they're building this thing up on the back end, tokenomics. So again, this is a long article if you want to get into it. But this is what it looks like right now. And I kind of want to like point that out. This is definitely ground zero. It almost looks like a bunch of campers. Shout out to them for being professional, but I am not taking the blazer into the woods. It's not happening. It's not blazer time yet. It's still time to wear some stuff like this. Stay fully covered. Get that neck zipped up. It's not blazer time yet, but I'm happy everybody's being super professional over there. Gotta give them props for that. But it looks like folks are just camping at the time. This is the border crossing Liberland, Croatia sign, houseboat visible on the right. That's where they're kind of living at. We'll scroll down and see that. That's the little, it's actually a nice size houseboat or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What are we doing here? About to take some mushrooms, get the weed going, and get to trading some altcoins at Liberland. I don't know what's happening here. Passports, including from America and Sweden, being stamped as people prepare to board the Liberland houseboat. That is super cool. They're actually stamping the passport. And here it is, the Liberland stamp. This is super cool. Super cool. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. Somebody said, will the stamp cause a problem if I have it in my real passport? One nervous visitor asks. The answer is yes, it will. But at that moment, we are not aware of the headache it would create. So read more in the article to figure out the headache. I can already tell you again, like the headache is that you don't have a military and you're talking about starting a country, which means you're going to end up having money. All right. Like, have you not heard of school bullies? I can already tell you the headache of what's to come. This is more camping in Liberland. They say it looks like Croatia. All right, this is Liberland. And here they are below deck, one of the settlers who's been living on the boat for 2 months, as you can see here. All right, I've lived on the ship before. It's not fun. I'll say that. Here they are on the houseboat again. So again, this is bare bones, getting a new society going. Passports, looks like what you call it, check, a border check or whatever, border patrol. But again, experiment in the process. It looks like they're going camping. They're starting an entirely new country from a houseboat. I love the enthusiasm. I hope it does work. But again, if Bitcoin does go up, when those altcoins go up, don't buy yourself a yacht to live out there. Buy yourselves an army, because I'm telling you, the moment Croatia and Hungary and everybody else who's your neighbor starts to realize you guys are doing real things, oh, they're going to crank that pressure all the way up. All right. Other than that, that is the show for the day. Let me see the last few comments, see what we have before we call it a day. Let's see. Hilarious. Rashu said Liberland sounds like San Francisco. They said, hey, they cleaned up San Francisco quick for Zydo, didn't they? All it took is for a Chinese president to come to San Francisco. I hope you all are paying attention to what's coming. All right. I'm not going to go crazy, but I do have a political science degree, and I do have an uncanny ability to predict elections. I've done it like 2 or 3 times already. And I'm not predicting this one. It's too early. I don't even know who the candidates are, but I will say this. There are rumblings that California Governor Gavin Newsom is the one that the Democrats might be thrown in that presidential slot. He did just go to China to go meet with Xi as well, their president, Xi Jinping or whatever. And then he just came back to California. 2 + 2 = 4, folks. All right, I'm going to leave y'all with that one. 2 + 2 = 4. Actually, 2 + 2 = 5. And I'm going to tell you why. The last thing you want is for California's governor to be the nation's president. Holy shit. Listen, bank robberies will be legal by the end of the month if he takes this on. But regardless, he's one of the candidates. I know another one I've heard of on the underground too. I ain't gonna say nothing super early on this one. Popular person. No one's gonna like them. But yeah, it looks like Gavin Newsom is trying to snag his way in. So that might be why the Chinese president came here as well. What else do we have? I think we, USA, may lose our AAA credit rating. Probably didn't really clean up anything, moved them to another city. Yeah, I'm using military terms. Rebalancing the homeless. We didn't clean them up for sure. All right, I think that's about it. Other than that, that's the show. Smash that like and share. I'll see you all on Friday with some more news. Cheers.